Mobile telecoms today is a very different beast compared to what it was 20 or 30 years ago when we started out on this journey. In those days it was national networks and the ideas of roaming were unheard of. Today we take it for granted that we can fly from London to, say, Sydney, get off the plane, on our handphone and place a call. We have seen tariffing legislation curbing the cost of roaming calls. With a global population of several billion mobile phones, what does this all lead to? Intense competition. The mobile business has been rather like the early days of the railways. Build a railway, my son, you can't fail to make money. But those days are over. The mobile telecoms business is no longer the purview of the big budget operator. Back in the early 1980s, we at Vodafone knew as the first launched operator in the UK, it was a license to print money. But today no more. A new entrant has to plan his service carefully, identify his market, keep his operation lean and mean, be ready with new services promptly, and be ready to exploit opportunity. All of which means that the idea of a managed service is crucial to the modern mobile telecommunications network. The available economy of scale allows an operator to pare down his operational cost and enterprise manage his business. We can see numerous parallel examples. The oil, hotel and even the automotive industries have blazed the trail for the modern telco. But it is immediately obvious that to further exploit the opportunities, the managed service provider must be much more than just adequate. He must be an in-class leader. Our venerable vendor colleagues have over many years built up staggering reputations in the design, build, production and installation of the support equipment necessary. But they are now trying to move out of core business into the domain of the operator. Growing pains can be expected. They need that critical operator excellence within their own organizations. They need the right support culture. For example, a manufacturer's HR is a different animal to an operator's. The different processes and procedures need to be understood. The successful managed service vendor understands the operation end to end, has seamless processes and procedures, dovetails with the operator and, most importantly, has the right governance and control mechanisms to allow true excellence and the maximization of revenue. There is a paramount issue here to understand that the successful managed service is a partnership over time, operator and vendor. There is no point in beating the vendor down to uneconomic business, as one day the operator will be drowning in subscriber complaint, and when he calls his counterpart at the vendor, he'll simply not be there. Worse still, the regulator will be threatening to cancel the operator's license, or the vendor will be facing litigation for failure to provide Tier 1 service. The list is endless. These are the values, the ideas and aspirations behind our book. Ray and I have had the pleasure of working in more countries than most. We have worked with more vendors and operators than most, and so we got together to develop this project. Our aim was to give our colleagues a clear, concise, easy to read and easy to understand document which sets out their roadmap for success, helps them avoid and contain issues and problems. A document which is truly a recipe for success. Most importantly, a document which really sets a standard, for as the first in our field, we believe, based on our reviewers' comments, that we have set a high standard which allows real service value to be created and extracted in the win-win scenario that is vital for the next century and beyond. More than this, our reviewers have clearly said that this book has the ability to transform telco managed service delivery and performance. Also that it is a must-read. So please get your copy and start transforming your managed service and managed service portfolio by accessing the real value without delay, giving your team the competitive edge, making them drivers and not just practitioners. It will transform your career too.